Is that the best choice you can make with your life right now?
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits, scene by scene. So you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
Jesus Christ. All right.
It feels too real.
Yeah, it feels way too real. Okay, so here we are with our full breakdown of the 2020 late night raunchy comedy Friendsgiving. That's how it's listed on Netflix, by the way. Late night comedy. Categorized. What? Yeah.
Is it just because they say fuck a bunch?
I think so. I guess. I don't know.
Oh, so edgy.
So edgy. So yeah, we did a trailer trash for this last week. And happy post-Thanksgiving to everyone.
Yep. Happy post-Thanksgiving to everyone.
Right. Is that not dating? That's dating the pod, isn't
No,
it?
that's I mean,
That's
it's
good.
coming out after Thanksgiving. We're like at the listeners, a little behind the scenes. We're at the point now where we're recording episodes like a day before they have to go live. So
I don't know what time is anymore. I don't know when things happen.
We're not caught up.
No, not one bit. Okay, so yeah, Friendsgiving. We did trailer trash last week. It didn't look good, and safe to say it is not good. So
that's right. Should I remind people what it's about in case they forgot?
Sure.
So Molly and Abby, along with their crew of close friends and acquaintances, host a dysfunctional, comical, and chaotic Thanksgiving dinner. I don't know where the comedy was, but definitely dysfunctional.
Yeah, there's no comical anything in there. How do we do on our prognostications?
I don't remember.
So I do, because I wrote them down.
I was hoping you did.
Yeah. So you were leaning towards halfway through this movie, it's going to turn into basically calling for a storyline in Love Actually.
That's right. I was wrong.
You're wrong. And I went with halfway through, this turns into Lavalantula. That's like a prequel to Lavalantula.
You were almost right.
I was almost right. Yeah. So
I wish.
If only. Oh, God, that'd have been great.
Neither of us got our way.
Even if it was like the last 10 minutes, all of a sudden they're like, guys, turn on the news. And it's like lavalantulas are taking over California. I'd have been like,
that would have been incredible.
Yep. That would have been amazing.
Yeah. Bring out Goots for the end.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I needed.
It's not what we got it, though. Got it? That's not what we got it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we didn't got it that. Oh, boy. I'm having a little rough day today, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, a little more BTS. The listeners love it.
BTS behind the scenes. Russ had a long night last night, so we'll see how this goes. It'll be fine. It's fine. We're fine. All right, are we moving on?
Yeah, I guess so.
Next segment.
Give me some quick info. Tell me about it.
All right.
Tell me about it.
Quick info. This was written and directed by Nicole Paone.
Oh my God. Nicole.
I can't, there's no E.
I know, but
I think if there's no E, it's just nickel, right? If I had a nickel. I'm sorry. I can't make fun of names. I got a stupid name too, but come on.
Yeah. You're one to talk.
Put an E on there. Nickel.
Russ?
Nickel.
Yeah.
Because you get the Cole from Cole, Cole, right?
Generally, yeah. I mean, I think like Nicole in maybe a different language could be no E.
Okay.
That seems pretty likely.
Okay.
Like a lot of, I think a lot of the romance languages like that, like the O sound is naturally long.
Long. Okay.
Yeah. Take you back to first grade, baby.
Thanks, man. All right.
So those letters are pronounced.
She has directed a bunch of shorts. This is her first feature film.
First and last.
Yes.
So far.
So far that we know of. All right. So who's in this? So we've got, was it Malin Akerman?
Yep.
She plays Molly. You may, listeners, remember her from Watchmen and The Breakup Kid, maybe Ben Stiller stuff. She's in some Ben Stiller stuff.
She's in a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But those are the ones that kind of stand out to me.
Yep. Swedish.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Later on, because her mom's from Sweden. All right. Kat Dennings, who we all know, MCU, and was it Two Broke Girls in a Pizza Hut?
Yep. Two Broke Girls in a Pizza Hut. famously.
She plays Abby. Now, they're not sisters. They're just best friends, right?
Yes, we definitely got that wrong in Trailer Trash.
Because they look nothing alike. So, yeah, why would they be sisters? But
and I also, which like reading a different, like there are different log lines that say they're like best friends trying to have Thanksgiving. I did not pick up on that. I got probably 15 minutes of the movie, and Tyson and I had a conversation about, I was like, wait, but like, who's that? Why does Kat Dennings have a second family if they're sisters? And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, what are you talking about?
You're wrong.
Yeah. And that's when I discovered that I was wrong. So,
all right. So, Kat Dennings' best friend, Abby, since kids, we get that through the credits. Jack Donnelly, he plays Jeff, the new boyfriend to Malin Akerman's character Molly. We got Aisha Tyler, who plays Lauren, a friend. Jane Seymour plays Helen, mom from Sweden. Deon Cole plays Dan, husband to Aisha Tyler, Lauren. We got Ryan Hansen plays Gunnar, the ex-boyfriend to Molly.
He's in stuff.
I looked him up. Yes. Well put.
He has acted. I can assure you. He's from Veronica Mars. I feel like I know him from Veronica Mars.
Yeah, that's
he's like a main character in that.
And then Joe Lando plays Handsome Man.
Nice.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I don't know if there's
spoilers. I got a fast fact for you on Joe Lando later.
Oh boy, I love it. Can't wait. Production, box office, all that stuff. So this went to the theaters internationally, not domestically. It made $33,126.
That's too much money.
Crushed it in Romania. Romania ate this movie up.
Yeah, I mean that's like when you think about it, almost 9 Fanatics.
I don't want to think about it.
Like, how did this movie pull 9 Fanatics? The Fanatic was at least, an artistic triumph. Limp Bizkit related.
Oh my god!
So you would think that would have made more money, but nope.
This feels like a really long sitcom episode.
But I like sitcoms.
So Rotten Tomatoes, it sits at 19%, and for the tomato meter, and 21% on the audience score.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Audience, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Like,
too generous.
Seriously. Who was like, you know what? It's not bad. No.
Yeah. You're too kind.
Okay, so that's it. Quick info. Any questions? Any comments? Any thoughts? No. Okay. Just moving along.
Yeah.
How about you Hollywood pitch me, motherfucker?
Okay. I got a little lazy on this one. And
I don't know how this is gonna pan out. Let's see how this goes.
We'll see how it turns out. Yeah. Went lazy, both lazy and a 3-way. So
wow.
Yeah. Well, last minute edition.
Wow. Look at you. Okay.
So this movie is obviously The Oath meets The Power of the Dog.
Wow.
Meets The Kissing Booth.
TKB. Anytime we can bring back TKB, I'm happy.
Right? Yeah. Good plug for old episodes.
Right. Always be promoting. Right.
Always be promoting. Yeah. So it's The Oath. Have you seen that one, by the way?
I don't think I have, but I know what it is.
It's got that guy who's like medium funny.
Ike
Barinholtz.
Yep.
And Tiffany Haddish. Okay. And it's a Thanksgiving movie. So
good.
One.
Yep.
It's a little newer too.
Okay.
Like too recent to be I don't know. They both just had like weird jokes, and then they didn't feel like they were of the era that they're in.
Yes. Yep.
We'll get to it. We'll get to a lot of them, I'm sure. But so there's that. There's bad parents.
Yeah.
Or like, frustrating parents.
Yep.
There are I guess there weren't really weird politics in this one. The Oath, that's entirely what The Oath is about.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's probably kind of it, I guess.
It's pretty good.
stupidly.
You're pulling more things than I'm going to pull from both of my movies, but
great.
Yes.
Okay.
It's already a triumph. You've already won.
Meets The Power of the Dog. Now, hear me out.
Takes place in the West.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. West of the Mississippi. Does not have Benedict Cumberbatch, but has
close second.
A recently, some say not really out in Power of the Dog, but like a closeted gay person for an extended period of time. Kat Dennings' character is it's like in the plot point of the movie that she came out at 29 as bisexual, I believe. And in Power of the Dog, this is where I'm getting a little bit wishful thinking. In that the message really, they should have just dumped Malin Akerman's storyline because it was dumb.
It was dumb.
And go with the message of be true to yourself. It's important because I was expecting at some point there to be some amount of violence, like Benedict Cumberbatch's character inflicts on other people the whole time because he's a closeted gay person. Like, hey, don't do that. Like, it's okay. Be true to yourself,
Yeah, it's okay.
And so I imagine all of these years of Kat Dennings inflicting violence on others.
Okay. All right.
Anyway.
Benedict Cumberbatch is in the MCU, as is Kat Dennings.
Also true. See?
So, yeah.
Thank you.
So much depth. So much depth.
So much depth. Yeah. And then meets The Kissing Booth. I kind of shoehorned in because both movies are like a third montage.
Oh my God.
This movie was also about a third montage.
And like not good montages either, though. Just kind of like
really frustrating. And they both have weird booths that no one really knows how anyone's paying for.
Oh yeah, the photo booth. That's right. I should just call it the photo booth.
Right?
Yeah.
Problem solved.
All right.
Yeah, so that's my pitch.
All right.
What do you got?
Yours has got way more depth than mine does, but
thank you.
I'm going with it's Mommy Dearest meets Three Men and a Baby.
Oh.
Yeah, I have no idea how I'm going to make this work, but
okay, go on.
I'm going the Mommy Dearest angle because one of the plot lines in this movie is Molly and her mom's relationship, right? And honestly, Helen, Jane Seymour's character, seems kind of like an abusive mother.
Yeah, definitely.
Like she invited the ex to the Thanksgiving. She just showed up out of nowhere. She doesn't really care. She cares
in order
more
to hook up with him.
Yes. And she even tries at the end of the movie, which also annoys me because then all of a sudden this guy Gunner, which come on with that name. He now all of a sudden is like a good guy. I was like, he wasn't set up to be a good guy. Anyways. So I think there's that aspect. I'm playing the mom just being kind of she's about her career, which is Mommy Dearest is like about Jane Crawford and her just being obsessed with her career and not worrying about her family, right?
Sure. I don't know that, but
it's a pretty tough movie.
It's a famous movie. Yeah.
Three Men and a Baby. There's a baby and there's three men in this movie.
And a baby.
And a baby. Yes, there's a baby and three men. So
great point.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Steve Guttenberg earlier.
Right. Oh, that's right. That's what I meant. It also ties back to what I was hoping this movie would end up being would be Lava Lantula at the end, which has Steve Guttenberg in it, which he's in Three Men and a Baby as I think the architect.
And this movie would have been better with Ted Danson.
Yes. Yes.
In my opinion.
The end.
Great job, buddy.
I wouldn't say I'm proud of that one, but I'm not going to say I don't like it.
No, hey, be true to yourself. Be proud.
Thanks, bud. I am proud of what I did.
Good.
Of everything I do.
I'm glad.
All right, fast facts. You want to? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'll fast fact you here.
Come on, just fucking look.
Relatively quick. And I've got a few that we love. So, nice. Malin Akerman and Jack Donnelly, Jeff, they are real life husband and wife.
No, did you know that? Shit, I did not know that. So yeah, this just even proves even further. They probably just filmed this at their house in Malibu or wherever they were in California.
Almost certainly.
Yes, there's no doubt. Okay, they just like invited people over. Okay.
Yep. They got married in 2018, I guess.
Nice.
Joe Lando wasn't going to be in the movie. But then apparently Jane Seymour was like, oh no, I need a romantic interest. Like, get that guy. And they were like, okay.
If Jane Seymour says more, then that's
it goes.
It happens more. Yeah. Okay.
So that's a little fun one. Then we got some that we love here. Malin Akerman and Kat Dennings also appeared together in Dollface. But I can twist it into a real fact in that this movie was filmed way before Dollface. And so
this came out in 2020, but they filmed it before. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so actually it was Kat Dennings who was like, oh, I worked with Malin Akerman on this awesome movie, Friendsgiving. I got to have her in Dollface. Like it was Kat Dennings' idea, apparently, to bring Malin Akerman into Dollface.
Well, there you go. That's cool. That's a fun one. Yeah.
That is kind of fun.
Friends helping friends out. That's what friends do, right?
That's right. It's Jane Seymour, Joe Lando all over again.
Right? It's all about who you know.
This movie is just a big bucket of nepotism.
Yes. Pretty much.
Speaking of one that I don't have a good twist into, but Kat Dennings and Ryan Hansen appeared in Two Broke Girls.
Oh my God. I'm yawning to that one. Jesus Christ.
Now here's a little bit of a weird one. Apparently this is loosely based on real experiences that Nicole Peony and Malin Akerman have had in real life. And
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sure.
That makes sense to me, but also like that's pretty fucked up. Like this movie, I don't know. I feel bad that this has happened to people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's probably the family thing, right? And the mom thing, and maybe, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And and Malin Akerman apparently, in order to like get into the role for this, Malin Akerman introduced.
Let's go easy with that.
Well, right. Get into the role.
Let's go easy with that. Play yourself in your own house.
Malin Akerman introduced Jane Seymour to her actual mother, who is Swedish, and then they did. Yeah, they. I don't know. Jane Seymour was like mocking her accent, I guess, the whole time, maybe. Or I don't know. It's all very confusing. And then this isn't a fast fact, really, but
no.
Did you get the Botox bit?
So I did not, because I didn't even know. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't get it because I didn't know that's what happened to her until I read it later on.
Same.
Okay. Did they even mention it?
No. And
okay.
But Thais was like, this movie is not written for you, because that was very obvious. And I was
really?
Like, what?
What was that? Really?
Yeah. I guess just the way that her face looked at the beginning and like rubbing it around when she's on shrooms later. And she was just like, yeah, it was very obvious that she had Botox. And that's why she, because I was like, oh, you know, that woman that didn't have any lines, like from Zoolander?
Yeah. Dodgeball, Christine Taylor. Yeah. Like,
yeah, and apparently, like the reason, like part of the joke of her not having any lines was that she had Botox. But like, I'm too dumb for that. You need to. Oh my! You need to explain it to me. Movies. Like, do better.
Do better. Okay,
I'm glad I'm not alone. So you didn't get it either.
I did not get it, because I was like, why is she talking like this? I didn't get it. And they didn't mention anything. And then like later on, I read somewhere, oh, she's got Botox. I was like, that wasn't even brought up.
Yeah.
Why is this a thing? Are we supposed to get this? Is this supposed to be funny?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, it's not.
It's not.
Even if you get it, because if you have to explain it, then it's not funny.
That's right.
Yeah. As we know here, professional comedians.
That's right. We have never explained a joke. Not once.
You go back, you listen to all those episodes, you find one, you can email us.
That's right.
It's thisbeatssad@gmail.com.
Good plug.
Oh, that's good. Those are fun. Kind of. Yeah.
Those were fun. Kind of. I agree.
All right. Well, should we just get into this movie?
Yeah, might as well.
Now, this is going to be the typical, oh my God, disclaimer we say before a lot of these movies. We're like, you know what? This one, Jared took like no notes, basically. Yeah. Comparatively speaking to his previous films.
Even ones where I say I haven't taken that many notes are usually at least 18 pages of notes.
Now I've got like, I think 3 pages of notes, maybe less. And it's like literally one line for each like scene. Yeah. So I'm going to say it now, and I think it's going to be true. This might be a quick episode.
The old curse of the quick episode?
Yep. curse of the quick episode. Indiana Jones 5 and the curse of the quick episode.
That's right.
That's what it's going to be called. Mark my words. All right. Well, I guess let's just get into it, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. So we come in with all of our production distribution companies, right?
So many.
There were.
The getting to the movie took almost like 3 minutes.
Yeah. You know what? This movie also felt like, what was the last movie we watched where it was like, stretch out the time? We just did it was literally like the last movie we watched, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Last Scene Alive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where it feels like, oh, you had an idea for a movie and you're like, oh wait, this isn't enough to make a movie. And they're like, stretch out the time. Have him sniff the purse. He's sniffing the purse.
We got to be feature length here, baby.
Got to get to at least an hour and 35 minutes. Mm-hmm. This movie feels like that in so many parts. It also feels like it's been stitched together. It was just like a bunch of random scenes they just shot and they kind of stitched together and it was just kind of like,
yeah.
Another thing to note too, there's a lot of stand-up comedians who are in this movie. A lot, actually.
Yeah.
Margaret Cho, Wanda Sykes, they show up, which we didn't mention, but they just show up for a quick scene.
Yep.
Deon Cole, Peretti, right?
Yep.
And there's one more. I think they're all stand-up comedians.
The guy, I think the redhead there.
Rick. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Andrew Santino.
Yeah, Andrew Santino. So there's a handful of stand-up comedians in this. So it's like, yeah, they're probably just all know each other. They're like, let's make a movie. And also some scenes just feel like forcefully improvised. Yeah, it's not.
Little bony fast fact for you. They apparently they did just like rent a house for like a month and kind of jam everyone in there and filmed it over a month. So they were like, it's exactly what you think it was.
Yeah, it sounds and looks about right. So, all right. So we got production companies. We start off with the Saban Films. I think we're in agreement now. Saban Films.
Go Power Rangers.
Yep. Pretty intense animation they got going on there. And then it goes to Endeavor Content, who's just seems pretty legit.
Yeah.
The Rhea Films, I think, pops up next, and it's very intense gears. And I'm like, it's like they spent all their money on their little animation logo here.
Yeah,
but
go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, but they are. I mean, I don't know if we mentioned the last episode, the last time we talked about a movie they did, but are they a friend of the pot? No,
I think so. Yeah, definitely. I definitely said it. Yeah.
They produced Chaos Walking.
Yep. Go and listen to those episodes if you haven't.
Yeah, they're fantastic. It's a bit much. And then we get to
Tom
Red
Holland.
Out.
People like Tom Holland.
Yeah, of course. Daisy Ridley, come on.
Yeah, of course.
Mads Mikkelsen.
What a cast.
Nick Jonas. Is it Nick or is it everyone?
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? And then we get Red Hour, which is, so this is produced by one of the producers is Ben Stiller, and that's his company. His production company is Red Hour. So
who was apparently like not really there at all.
Yeah, it sounds funny. Just put his name on it. That's it.
Yeah. There was an interview I read with Kat Dennings, and she was like, "Oh, I was so stoked to work with Ben Stiller," and then he wasn't there.
Yeah, this movie just feels like like you said before, major nepotism thing going on. Friend, you know what I mean? It's like this is everyone helping everyone. Like someone's probably a friend with Nickel Peony.
We do the same thing.
And it's just like, hey, would you help my friend? Like, she got a script. Let's make this movie. You know, Ben Stiller's like, sure, here's $1,000 to rent the place for a month.
Let it be said right now. When Russ and I
Nothing
get
wrong
into
with
the
it.
movies, we're gonna hire our friends first, obviously.
Obviously, every single one of them.
Yeah, Adam Sandler style. Like, yeah,
absolutely.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that's what it is. So. All right, then it keeps going. You have more, because then it goes from like the logos, because they paid more money probably, and then it goes into like the text one. So then it goes back, right? It goes Saban, Endeavor, Red Hour. I didn't even catch this one. What's Chevalier Productions?
No clue.
No clue.
It's in there.
Okay. And this movie opens up pretty hot, right?
Yeah.
And
Ooh,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean
Steamy.
that, and I mean that in two ways, right?
Rawr.
Wow.
Yep. It's like porn music.
Yeah, and we got Jeff and Molly there doing some. Is that S&M? Is that what that is?
Yeah, sure.
Role playing? I don't know. Was it?
Yeah, some light
leather,
some
and
light
leather and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a turkey banana hammock there, which comes back later.
Yep, sure does. on too much.
Banana.
Too many times. For not being a funny joke, it comes back way too often.
Way too often.
And it never gets funny.
And then, so this like cuts them doing this, that, they're doing this thing. They're trying to get all fired up, I guess, on a Thanksgiving morning.
Yep.
And then we cut to Abby. She's buying the pecans for the pie or something like that, which comes back later too, right? That's his little
correct. Setup. They do a good little. She's like, "Oh yeah, show me your pea," and then it's Kat Dennings like pecans for the pie, and you're like, "Ha ha ha, good cut."
Right. Okay. And then there's then she's on the phone with like her. Is that her? That's her real family, right? Her mother and her sister or something. Is that?
You think that's Kat Dennings' family?
No. I meant, sorry, Abby. The character.
The character. Yeah. Yes. That's her mother and sister. Yes.
You went so deep there. I was like, oh wait, oh no.
What? You're like, no, it's her real family. I'm like, her real family. What do you mean? What? As opposed to her fake family? Like, what are you talking about?
It took me a minute. The sister in that is I don't know. Did you ever watch that? You've seen Evil Dead, right? Bruce Campbell. Okay. Mm-hmm. They did a TV show called Ash and Evil Dead, it's awesome. It's fantastic. Oh. I'd watch it. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. Okay.
The sister is in that show, and she's great in it. She's fun.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah, go watch that. Go watch that entire 3-season series before you watch this.
Isn't she in something else too?
Probably.
Yeah.
Famous last words. Isn't she in something else?
Yeah, I bet.
Actor. She must be actor. So then we get a little Avengers joke, that's a fun little so is this in the MCU then, technically?
No. I don't think so. I think no, because Kat Dennings already exists.
Right. Damn it.
You can't have worlds collide like that.
Well, you could have a multiverse. Just saying.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I watched half of Multiverse of Madness again yesterday on the plane.
Oh, the Doctor Strange one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. I really enjoyed it.
It was fun.
Yeah, I liked it.
Speaking of Evil Dead. Well, look at us. Look at us. So we do a podcast about movies or something.
So many degrees of separation. All right, so this movie is so boring. It's so bad. All right, so I'm trying to make these scenes interesting, and they're so tough.
I know.
I think we get like a bunch of exposition basically about Molly, right? And her husband left her. She's got a kid, so now we know where the baby is, right? And then it just cuts to Jeff and Molly getting on, right?
We should probably give a couple of details from the phone call with the mom and sister that were mildly important.
Yeah. All right.
So like she's like Abby's like upset that her family. This is what confused me about the sister thing, because she's like, oh, like I don't have a family, whatever. And then the people on this call are like, what are we? The cat's ass? And I was like, oh, what are they? Cousins? Like I was like, oh, maybe these are her cousins or something.
Yeah, no, I guess it's actually her family.
It's her mom and sister, I guess, which is stupid.
Yes.
And then this is when they introduced that she is gay by telling, she's like, oh, you should marry Paul. And she's like, well, only if she's Pauline. Yeah. And then back to the porn.
And then Jeff and Molly get it on. So
right, exactly. The dominatrix thing isn't working. They have some jokes like, have you ever shat yourself while bringing a miracle into the world? Which I want the listeners to get an experience like we had.
Truly feel the pain that we went through. So
yeah. I did like the song though, which apparently is "We Don't Want to Dance" by Jane Holiday. So.
Okay. Yeah, it was good. And the credits didn't roll, and they do go for a very long time.
So long. So many credits.
And then it's It's so confusing because then the focus is on her and Molly and Abby as like friends.
Like I thought sisters.
Right. Because like they're literally like born together or whatever. Like they have like every moment of their life is like together. I was like, oh, maybe they are sisters.
Yes. It's not our fault. It's not our fault.
It's not our fault. So the credits are just that though. But then it's like makes you think that like the whole movie, I mean, I guess that is the main storyline is their friendship and whatnot. But yeah, there's no, I don't care. We're moving on. Okay. Then we get like we're in a phone call here, right? We got Abby calling Molly, right? And Molly and Jeff are still getting on, whatever. And then we cut to Abby in like the grocery store and she's just drinking a bottle of wine.
Yep. Which you listeners, PSA, if you're not aware, you cannot drink wine in the grocery store.
Yes, you cannot do
that. But she tries to explain that it's not their wine. She brought it from home. Doesn't make it okay.
I mean, I don't think that's not safety tip worthy, but right?
No,
I think, no,
that's a law.
Yeah, right. That's just common sense, right?
Yeah, like, don't go drinking in public.
Yes.
Unless you're at a bar, and then it's fine.
Unless you have nowhere else to drink, then drink in public. But no,
that's.
I'm breaking the law again, aren't I? Damn it.
Yeah, I think so.
Damn it.
But yeah, she makes a big scene. Security throws her out. It's a whole thing. She kicks the Christmas tree, and who cares?
Yeah, we move on.
Yep.
And then we're at Molly's house.
Yep. Now it's the sexy couple plus a baby.
Yep. They're just having breakfast. Mm-hmm. And then Jeff is like, well, this is important, right? Because Jeff is talking about how all in he is on her and her son. You know, he's like, I'm here, right? Because that comes back later because, you know, Jeff gets the boot.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
And we find out they've only been together a couple of weeks. We find out that he's a philanthropist, allegedly.
Yes.
And then this is where we get the setup for the rest of the movie, right?
Yes.
So
Lauren calls, Aisha Tyler's character, Lauren calls, right? And they do a little FaceTime and she's just like, I need to get out of here or something like that. But I don't know where she
Dan's father got the shits. So we're staying home, I guess. And that's when you get the is this the best choice you can make with your life right now? Because she's yelling at the kids.
Yes. And then they basically just she's like, oh, why don't you come over here for dinner? And then it's all coming together. And then Jeff gets invited and then he's got an idea.
Yeah, he's got to make a phone call.
Oh my God. All right. So then which
is also like, we're going to talk about it probably more later, but they make this seem like it's going to be a game changer. Like the way the movie is cut, he's like, wait a second, I'm going to make this special. I've got to make a phone call.
Yeah. And
it's for the fucking photo booth. That's half the movie. It's like half the movie. And it's also so pointless. So frustrating.
So pointless. Oh my God. So then we're still in the house a little bit later, right? Abby shows up and this is the scene from the trailer. Just take a little bit extended, right? Where Jeff shows up with the lotion, naked lotion.
That's
right. And it's just not as funny as it was in the trailer. And he's just like, hey,
even less funny, believe it or not.
Because it's also like, well, then just don't be there. Just turn around and be like, oops. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Then they talk about needing more butter, which doesn't become important.
Yeah, and they're in the kitchen, they're chatting, they're kind of catching up, right? And this is, again, from the trailer, and we get caught up that Molly is basically rebounding with Jeff from the breakup, more about breakup, blah, 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 blah.
You can see in my notes that I wrote sister fight still, because I still think they're sisters at this point. I haven't gotten that realization yet.
Oh, my God. And then, so they're basically talking, we get caught up then on Abby's dating life and what she's doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Abby's, I don't know, I thought she'd been kind of a pain in the ass. And then she's like, I'm leaving because it was just supposed to be them. Because then she finds out that like Lauren's coming over and Jeff's going to be there. And she's like, oh, it's supposed to just be the two of us. And she's just like, I'm leaving. It's like, stop.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we get the photo booth gets delivered.
Yeah, exactly. We also find out that it doesn't matter at all, but Molly has not actually filed for divorce yet.
Yeah, I don't know why that comes up, but it's like I guess it's supposed to be like she hasn't
really moved on, I guess.
Yes,
like,
that's the right.
Yeah. So delivery guy for the photo booth is kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you order a photo booth, it's for Jeff. They're like, what? And then the delivery guy recognizes Molly as a movie star, and it's like,
love that movie.
Now I know where you live.
She's like, what? I love the movie that she's in, Pluto Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds awesome.
Okay.
And it's importantly hinted that Jeff has not paid for the photo booth.
Yes, correct. He's a freeloader. He's just kind of just. And then mom shows up out of nowhere, right? And
and time for one of our favorite segments. Thais says Jane Seymour has a bad wig.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And I said that to Thais last night as we were watching. She said Jane Seymour has a bad wig, and I was like, oh, we're gonna make that a segment. And she was like, oh my god, I'm so excited! You guys are gonna make like a segment about where you talk about like the characters' wigs and stuff. Finally, like I've been waiting for that segment. I was like, no. The segment is you said she's got a bad wig, and now
that's it.
And I didn't notice.
Yeah. And neither did I.
That's the segment. Yeah. That's the segment. I think it's funny.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep doing it.
I appreciate her telling us that because I wouldn't know that people are wearing wigs.
I would have no idea. I have no idea. It all looks so real. It's
you gotta look at the part. I always forget to look at the part.
Never forget. Look at.
Can you see their scalp? That's what I said.
Can you see the scalp?
Yeah. That's a good ITMT safety tip. Always check the scalp.
Always check the scalp. And that is
number 99.
Number 99. Always check the scalp, right?
Mm-hmm,
mm-hmm. When looking, identifying a.
Well, anything. I think that applies to a lot. Lice, ticks, if you go out in the woods. But bugs, let's say checking for bugs or wigs.
Yeah, checking for bugs or wigs.
We also get another, I'd never heard this term before, but Molly refers to herself as another Hollywood prettiot, which I thought was kind of funny.
Okay, yeah.
She brings it back and says it again a bunch more, so.
Oh, this movie. Okay, so the mom shows up. She's pretty self-involved, very mommy dearest here, right? She's clearly not a great mother, right? So that's another storyline we just introduced that her and her Molly are gonna have to like make this work, right? And we're back in the house. We got Abby. I think we're at Abby's house, right? Yeah, Abby's house. She's FaceTiming with the mom and the sister.
Yep.
The whole bit is kind of dragging out. Like the uncle comes in, he says supposedly funny stuff. The aunt comes in, she says supposedly funny stuff. It's all just kind of annoying. And then and then they're like, "Oh, you should have just come home," because they show that they moved from I think the East Coast to the West Coast, right, to try and chase their dreams of being actors.
Oh, is that what they were saying?
Yeah, because I think there was in the credits they had like a scene like Hollywood or Bust or whatever.
Oh wow, the long con. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah. And then Abby flips through some photos of her and Molly, I guess when they're younger, and then we get transition shot from the trailer, which was just like showing, I don't know, California. And then we're back to Molly's house, right? And mom and the Molly are chatting in the kitchen. Honestly, I don't know if anything important happened here. Just more people got invited. That's all I know, right?
Pretty much.
I guess they're arguing about Abby, right?
Yeah, and the baby starts crying, and Molly's like, "You're a bad mom."
I just don't know. I mean, this movie's clearly not for us. It's not written for us, but
no.
Who is it written for, though?
That's, I think, the better question. Like, I don't know. I can enjoy many kinds of movies.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This is not one of them. I don't know who this was written for.
No idea. Okay, so then we get Molly. She's gonna go get Abby, I guess, right? She's gonna go and like go over to her house or something, like to convince her to come over or something like that. And then
they like make up, and they're like, "Okay, it's gonna work out."
Yeah, Abby's at the door, and she made a pie. Like she brought the turkey, and then she made a pie and brought the pie over later. Why would she bring the pie and the turkey over at the same time?
Well, because she left and came back. That was her apology pie, because she was like, "I'm leaving. I'm not going to participate in Thanksgiving."
And then she went home, made a pie, and brought that over. Okay.
Right. Okay. So like, that's the other thing is like, there's like a weird time dilation happening in this movie where like,
yes. Yeah.
There's so much time in the day on Thanksgiving, which I feel like is never the case.
No, it goes by real fast typically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we had a quick cut to the table, the scene from the trailer where the table's getting set. And then we're back in Molly's house pretty much for like the rest of this movie almost, except for the ER. But
yeah, well, I was gonna say it's like party time now. Now is it time to start introducing our guests here?
Yeah. So then, we get the scenes from the trailer. Basically, we get, Molly and Jeff just meeting people as they enter the door. We get everyone doing kind of a little improvise or whatever, improvising some jokes, and none of them which are funny. Rick isn't too bad.
Rick's kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Richard?
he's like
Rick. No, it's Rick.
No, just Rick.
Yeah, Richard's another person.
You goof.
I don't know what they do on that side of the pond, but
yeah. Then just the whole bit about how hot is my wife. Apparently, that was supposed to lead us towards the Botox thing too, of like him trying to make her feel better or something.
But did you notice that the scene in the take in the trailer was from the outtakes? It wasn't from the movie itself. The one where he's like lower the chocolates. So
yes, correct.
Yeah, right. So
correct. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, and then the mom's carrying around the baby like a handbag. This movie is. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this movie, man.
Yeah, I know. Before the mom comes over, the guy who hates his family shows up, who we also get no information about. Yeah, what's that guy's name? Does it matter?
No, that doesn't matter. No clue. I mean, we can.
Should we even talk about him?
I don't even know if we should, but I mean, we can say he's there. He's
in the movie.
He's got like 2 lines or something. I don't even know who he is.
Dan? Is it Dan?
No, it's Gus. His name's Gus.
Okay. So Mike Rose, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely in the movie, kind of. I guess the setup here is that his brother is missing.
Yeah, which
is sad. Like, it's not funny. It's mostly sad, I think.
I just don't get the joke. I don't know. Am I supposed to?
There's payoff later, kind of.
That's so generous of you.
Is that payoff?
That's so generous of you.
Is that payoff?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then mom's carrying a baby like a football. She fights with Molly about holding the baby. It's stupid. Then they go into the kitchen. They made a chalkboard, which I thought this was a good Thanksgiving innovation. Like, for a potluck scenario anyway. Like, hey, everyone, like, write what you brought on the board and how long it needs in the oven. Because that's
put the times. I thought that was a great idea too. I actually thought about that when I was down at my mom's house. I was like, oh, we need to have it. She's got a chalkboard in her kitchen. I was like, we should write down all the right.
Yeah, great idea.
So I'll give that movie this.
Yeah. And then this is where we introduce the concept of the weird dating site cutaway bit,
so this,
right?
Because we get introduction to another character comes in. There's like 3 lesbian characters, right?
Yep.
And the first one shows up and she's talking with Kat Dennings, Abby, right? And they're chatting. Yep. And then like she breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I was like, wait, what? Why is this happening right now?
Yeah, they put like a vignette, like colorization around the person's face, kind of.
Yeah, and they basically just rip through like what you'd write on a profile, like the things that they like and they're looking for, right?
I'm a masochist denim daddy. Okay.
I just don't get
that sounds cool. But
I don't get why.
Yeah, me neither. It wasn't a good plot device, and also
they did it 4 times, and it was just with the 3 other lesbian characters, or the other 2 lesbian characters that show up later, and Abby at the very end.
Right.
And I'm like, wait, what? They're all self-aware that they're in a movie.
I think they were trying to say that.
Oh man, you've already given it too much thought.
At the end of the movie, Abby is finally comfortable with her identity and being on dating apps or something, and that's what the setup. I think it's again. Is that payoff? I guess this is a setup though for later.
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. I buy that, but I don't like it.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, all right.
And also, like, I don't think that she's coming to terms with her identity over Thanksgiving. Like, that's
no, that's not how that works. It usually, I don't know. It probably takes time. I don't know.
One would assume.
I don't know.
I still have it.
Listeners, if you're still figuring it out, email us. I don't know. We're all trying to figure it out. We're all trying to figure out our lives. Right.
Who we are. Be true to yourself.
Just be true to yourself.
That's the moral of the episode.
Just live your life to the fullest, And, if you want to drink in a grocery store,
don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And the only C word you'll hear from me, Jared, is consent.
That was kind of funny.
It was pretty funny.
Then
Yeah.
I love there's a little Rick bit here that I thought was funny. Rick is talking to Jeff about like, oh yeah, we got married about a month ago. We met 4 months ago. He's like, I'm quick. He's like, you see tits like that, you gotta have them, you gotta keep them, you gotta get them. Like, what? Who is this guy?
Oh my god. Yeah, so this is like cutting back and forth between that and then back to the kitchen, whatever. We get the scene from the trailer of Abby's joke about, oh, you invited the lesbian for me? And she's like, how do you know she is?
Right.
The wallet chain. It's all from the trailer. And then Aisha Taylor's character, Lauren, shows up with the family, right?
Yeah. They also time the episode. So dinner's at 5. Right now it's 2:15. Keep that in mind.
Oh, where did you see that?
On Kat Dennings says it.
Oh,
her explicitly, she's like, it's 2:15, dinner's at 5.
Oh wow. So from everything that happens from now until they sit down, it happens in 2
I think so.
45. Okay. Right. A little safety tip out there. This isn't a safety tip. This is just like for all you directors and writers out there, just stay away from putting times and stuff like that in your movies.
Yeah, just avoid it.
Just avoid it.
It's gonna make me call it out.
Yes. Once you put that in there, we can't suspend disbelief or belief, you know?
Exactly.
All of a sudden, if you put a timestamp on it, which we try not to do with the show, right?
That's right.
So happy Sunday, everyone.
Yeah, football day, baby.
Football day. Yeah. Ooh, we're almost done with this, right? All right. So, family show. Lauren shows up. There's weird music playing in the background. It's just kind of awkward.
Yeah. I guess they're the perfect family. Also, everyone makes a comment about this for some reason.
Yeah.
Because they're happy, I guess, and deal with their problems constructively.
Yeah. It's just called talking, right?
Yeah.
And then do a group photo shot from the trailer.
Well, sorry. Before that, it is an important setup, kind of, with the perfect family here. Mm-hmm. Lauren and what's the husband's name? Dan? Is that Dan?
Yeah. Deon Cole. Dan. Yes. Yeah. His name's Dan. Yeah.
The setup here is that he's allowed to get wasted on Christmas because she's getting Thanksgiving.
Yes, right. Team effort, right? So she gets Thanksgiving, he gets Christmas. So.
Yeah, and they're going to lean into that hard. So
yes, they are. So they're taking a group photo, and then ex-boyfriend shows up, Gunner,
which you and I assumed was the ex-husband, like the recent.
The
recent ex.
That's what. It's not. Like why? What is that?
Several X's ago, I guess.
Yeah, like who gives a shit? Like, why is that? Why would that be a?
I don't
so
know.
Mom invited him through Facebook because that's where moms are on Facebook. But he's not the kid's father, so he's an actor, of course, right? They met on the set of something. I think Pluto Raiders, right?
That sounds right.
And then everyone's kind of like, ooh, it's kind of weird, I guess. And then out of nowhere, Molly's just speaking Swedish to her mom, or is it Swedish?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be Swedish. Is it Swedish?
Jane Seymour.
It
is Swedish.
Would it be German? I thought it was German or something like that. I don't know.
Nope, it's Swedish.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what?
They have their own.
I was like, wait, what's going on here? Why is this?
Yeah, I was also confused by that. I think we're supposed to know Malin Akerman is Swedish. I guess.
I don't know. So okay. So anyways,
maybe we're supposed to assume that all tall blonde people are Swedish, I guess.
Yes. Well, we do get the earlier on when we first meet Mom, she's like, "Oh, you made it all the way back here from Sweden, whatever." And it's like, she's like, "Oh, well, I came back. I heard you broke up with your husband or whatever." And she's like, "Yeah, that was 2 months ago." And she's like, "Well, it took me 2 months to pack." So they do set up that she is from Sweden.
I forgot about that part.
Or that she was just there. Like people can just.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought too.
I was like, oh, she was on she's just a rich person on vacation in Sweden. I don't know.
She's got an accent. She's got a little Swedish accent, I guess.
Like a not very good accent though.
No. All right. So then they speak a little Swedish, and then they end up in the baby room and chatting. And this is basically stuff from the trailer too, right?
Yeah,
and
having a little spat about like, why did you invite that guy? She's like, well, of course he's going to cheat on you. Like, you're weird about not cheating, right? And she's like, what?
Yeah.
And then her whole thing is she's just complaining. She's looking out for her grandson's future. And then they talk about being lubricated briefly. Then we go outside.
Oh my God.
to the photo booth, and everybody's partying. It's like montage number one.
Yep, drinking some champagne. And this is where I was like, do we know why? As Christine Taylor is like, has a couple scenes. I'm like, do we know why she can't talk? I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, I had no clue.
She was like mumbling through her lines. I'm like, was that set up earlier?
Nope. But now we know.
I guess you just have to be in the know.
We're just dumb. Yeah.
Now we know. We're just dumb.
Surprise, surprise, everyone.
The facade has been pulled back. We are.
If you listen to 160 episodes of ITMT, you're probably well aware that we're not that smart.
We do our best.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get Jeff is meeting the ex there, Gunner.
Yeah. Setting up a little rivalry. The ex is flirting with Molly, being a douche.
Yeah, and this is tough too, because so they are kind of doing like this improv awkward moment kind of thing, like The Office, but not nearly as funny.
Right. Exactly.
It's painful, and so the whole problem is like they set up the ex here as being kind of like a douchebag, basically, right? Like, comes in, he's like got the leather jacket, he's an actor, he's got the scarf, and he's kind of being a dick.
Yeah, they set him up to be that way, but I think with a hint of maybe or if he's not changed / different, he's trying to give off the perception that he is, because he's like, oh, well, to be old and wise, you've got to be young and stupid. And he's like talking about how he's grown and changed and like, remains to be seen. Yeah. But like that, he is trying to give that impression.
I think it's called acting.
Yeah. Did I say remains to be seen?
Yeah, you did.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
This is we're both having a good day today.
This is a rough day. This is gonna be a rough.
Tired.
I'm exhausted.
Thanksgiving, man.
Right?
Friendsgiving.
Ugh. Am I right? Are we right? I don't know. Yeah. So we get a montage of people doing some things, right? I don't know. They're just doing things. And then we cut back to the kitchen.
Yep.
Abby's in there. She's talking to another character, lesbian character, right?
Yep.
And then they break that fourth wall again. I'm like, why do they keep doing that? I don't.
Yeah. Something about piss play, dessert. I don't know. But
yeah,
that seems like a good place to leave our listeners. Don't you think?
Do you think this piss play will happen? I don't know.
Abby doesn't seem into it.
Will more fourth walls be broken? Probably. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows?
Well, we did say it happens 4 times earlier.
Oh, yeah. Damn it. All right. Yeah. Shit. Will Molly break up with Jeff? Will she get back together with the ex?
Oh. Has he grown and changed?
Will the father show up and be like, hey, you know what? This is not a good environment for my son?
Will the baby start hitting Molly with a hammer and saying, not the mama?
These are all fantastic questions that we probably won't answer in the next part, but thanks for listening anyways. Back on Thursday with part 2. In the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram at Sis Meets That. Right, Team Spot on Twitter, and subscribe, I guess, wherever you listen. If you want. Yeah. Just do something.
And while you're subscribing or following or not, if you don't want to, you could leave us a review anyway. You don't have to be liking or subscribing or following us in order to leave a review. You can just do it.
Yeah.
On any platform, I think, probably, as long as you have an account.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or if you want to give us long form feedback, review's not enough for you. I'm sure they have a character cap at some point. You can send us an email where there are no character caps.
Nope.
And you can write to your heart's content. Brett is a small book, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, just file size, right? At some point, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think it's 5 megabytes, maybe.
We got big storage.
Oh, we got tons of storage.
We got big storage, so yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we have huge, awesome storage. I mean, they're talking about it. They're talking about it on the streets. That's
tremendous
awesome.
Storage.
It's huge.
Yeah. It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com. Or you can go to the website where also we rely on storage. And you can find all of the old episodes of Is This Meets That, the podcast that you love, by making it to the end of the episode. Information about me and Russ, contact information. Someday you'll get facts and whatnot, safety tips, all the other stuff that we're going to sell eventually. All of that and more.
So much more.
And it's thismeetsthat.com.